We live, baby.
All right, beaches.
Hey, little hoes.
Hey.
Wait, I'm like, where am I drinking? Wait.
Where's the beverages?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, what you need me to fix you a drink?
No, she got herself on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're now
We need
live.
like a little table right here so we can like put it down.
Yeah.
Guys, y'all know we black, so you know how it goes. No said.
Who is black? Oh yeah, I guess I am.
I'm sorry. What's your race?
I was gonna say I was mixed, but I didn't want to lie on camera.
You thought about it?
Yeah.
We are a little bit.
You mixed with something.
Yeah.
Black and black.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
Sorry, you guys, for us being a little late tonight.
Apologies.
We some Negroids. But
Oh,
y'all
wow.
come on in.
Roids.
Right. Okay.
Yes, but y'all come on in, join us. We plan on having a really fired up conversation tonight.
Level up.
So,
Level up.
I am feeling some type of way about Miss Ed. But
Miss Ed is something else, baby.
Oh, I'm feeling a way about Miss Ed Buck, bitch.
Miss Ed is performing a little bit for
Maybe
us, a
type
little bit
of
more
way.
than what we're asking for.
Right.
Yeah, she doing a little much, but that's a little
How
hard.
y'all this good Tuesday? I'm gonna stand up for a little bit.
Okay, come on,
I'm
stand
gonna stand
up.
up for a little bit.
Don't
How
direct
y'all
the choir.
do this good Tuesday? Hey, Manasa. Hey, Elisha. Y'all come on in and join us and shit. We live and shit.
Let me see.
All right. So look. Hey, Boogie Johnson and shit.
Hey y'all, hey
So
everybody.
look. Ed Buck. Well, the question was, is Ed Buck a filthy predator hunting black gay men? Faux motherfucking sure.
Yeah.
He's a motherfucking filthy predator
Yeah.
For sure.
hunting black gay men. So if you don't know who Ed Buck is a donor to the
Democratic.
Democratic Party,
Yep.
right? He's donated to like Hillary Clinton, the new governor in California, and the mayor
Of Los Angeles.
Of Los Angeles.
Right.
But 2 black gay men have been found dead, overdosed in his apartment in West Hollywood.
About a year apart
Jamil
too.
Moore.
Yeah.
18
Jamil
months.
Moore.
About a year apart.
Jamil Moore and Timothy Dean. Timothy Dean is the recent individual, prior employee of Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
now deceased.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is what's going on with Miss Ed Buck. Jamil Moore's death fucked with me probably more than this last one.
Yeah.
Because Jamil Moore,
He was younger.
he was younger, he was more vulnerable,
Very much so. Foot still had a lot of life left
right?
to be able to be lived. And I think that in this particular life, when we, youngsters, I can see this because I'm the oldest here. I'm Auntie Petty. I'm Auntie Petty. So when you deal with people with kids who are young, who just, I don't think he really knew what he was dealing with when he got there.
Yeah.
I think that really he was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go do this right quick,
Make a little money.
make a little money, right, a few coins, and I'm gonna come on up out of here. And he had no idea that he was going to be persuaded into being shot up with some meth.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we really don't know fully what all went on in that apartment.
Yeah, because he got paid $250 according to news outlets.
Right.
Multiple news.
Exactly. And so we don't really know exactly what all went on, because by the time they decided to really investigate and to look into it, Buck had plenty of time to book all that shit up out of there.
Yeah. Well, actually, they say they found a lot of the utensils.
They did. They
for the drug use. But this is what it really comes down to. As a black gay man, or as a black man in general, when it deals with these white folk, and by white folk, I'm not trying to be antagonistic or prejudiced, but what I'm saying is there is a privilege that comes with being white, right? Yep. And so when white folk get a chance to be around these black bodies and black bodies die, black bodies are still worthless. And if you're a black gay body, you're even more worthless. And if you're a black gay body who escorts, you're that much worthless. And if you're a black gay body who's ever done drugs and is gay, then you ain't worth shit in these United States of America.
So now you have a lot of different things on top of you. You're black, you're gay, you've done drugs, you've had a criminal record. Don't forget that part.
Right.
You're around playing. Right. I don't like using the word prostitution, but you're playing, okay?
Right.
And so So it's a multitude of things that's on this kid's head that he has been looked upon like, oh, okay, it's just another one. Yeah. But he's not just another one. He's still somebody's son. He's still somebody's brothers. He's still somebody's friend, and it still needs to be looked upon. And like you said, the white privilege, because you've donated so much money into the democratic system or whatever the case is, people have kind of turned the other cheek and kind of tilted their head and they're posing instead of investigating why. First of all, what the fuck are you doing with meth?
Yeah. And can we understand that his affinity or his fetish, his proclivity is not just big black dicks, right?
No.
He has a fetish for them dressing up, allegedly.
In his clothes.
Dressing up.
Yeah.
Right.
In his clothes. I'm like, what the hell am I doing to your clothes? I got my own.
Right.
And then shooting them up.
Yes. You're not shooting up. You're shooting them up.
Correct.
Yeah. According to one of the recounts, they never saw him shoot up.
No.
Right?
No.
They never saw him shoot up, but he wanted to shoot in his house. The only person that would shoot people up is him in his house, according to the account.
You have to dress in his clothes, and he has to shoot you up. And like the young, young man.
Sounds like a police massacre to me.
Right. Well,
we shall overcome.
Happy birthday, Martin Luther King, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So the prosecutors declined a charge book on July 26, 2018. That was a year after Gemmel died.
Yeah.
Wow.
The fuck?
Yeah, well, they went...
The whole fuck.
Because they only went back into investigation after they continued to...
press the issue. There was controversy surrounding it.
And they begin to deteriorate Gemmel's character so that they wouldn't have anything. Now, so that brings up a good question, though. Like, is it a difference in being, like, coerced or forced? Because a lot of the accounts talk about the fact that Gemmel, well, not Gemmel, but some of his people did want to do meth, right? But they didn't necessarily want to do as much or in the way that he wanted to,
right?
So, is there a difference in being coerced and forced?
Yeah, but I do feel like monetary gain is definitely, I mean, to me, that's still coercion. Like, he offered, granted, $250, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about $250 for an individual who does not have it, is a lot of money.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So this individual, Gemmel, for instance, was traveling from where he lived with his mom. Was it Texas?
Yeah.
Texas, right? Mm-hmm. And he was traveling to California to visit, this guy. He had been there multiple times. They had done drugs and came back, this, that, and the third. And then this particular time, he shot him up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this gentleman didn't live to see the next day. So I really feel like there has to be a discussion around drugs. I've been hearing some things. I've been hearing that, Houston is starting to become New York.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing about New York for years. And now Houston has become that place. And I think
I've been hearing about Houston for years.
For years, really?
Yeah.
I feel like the drugs are they're progressive. Now we're getting to the point to where we're progressing to meth, and it's just like, now I have some questions. People are dying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The autopsies are boom, drugs. You know what they're going to do? They're going to write that shit out, put that body and bury it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Particularly if you're black.
Another reason why, not to dampen the mood, but this actually happened to me. So another reason why I'm connected to Jamil Moore's death is because I was drugged while prostituting.
Okay.
So I'll never forget, the guy stayed on Mid Lane here in Houston, and I was selling my body, and I went to his house, and this was maybe the third time I went to his house. He asked me to smoke out of a bong. I didn't I thought it was weed. I didn't know anything about drugs. And I smoked out the bong, and I immediately started to hallucinate like I've never hallucinated before. And I swear, I don't know if he said it or if I was hallucinating, but I was giving him oral sex, and I heard him say, "You like to suck this cock, you nigger." And I didn't know if I heard it or if I was hallucinating, so I looked up, and I'm like, "What did you say?" And he was like, "What? What?" So I began to do it again, and
You heard it again.
You heard it again.
And so I got up and I put on my clothes and I walked to my car. And as I was walking to my car, I was like, if I drive home, and it was only about 3 miles. So if I drive home, I'll die today. And I just can remember like praying and walking from Mid Lane to Dunville. Y'all know this about
Yeah,
that's
a little way. That's more than 3 miles.
Yeah. So I remember walking there, and I can remember like looking back and saying, if I can just catch the bus. But the bus would seem like it was coming slow to me and pass me up. It was like some weird stuff going on in my head. Wow. I just remember saying, if I get to 2809 Rolito Drive, okay,
I'll be all right.
I will be okay. If I don't wake up, that's okay. But this feeling is awful. And somehow, some way, even though I've never done those kind of heavy drugs, I woke up the next day, and I've never, other than alcohol, I've never touched a drug since then.
Yeah.
Wow. So, with that being said, and with the recent regression of drugs being used in Houston, I feel like there is a network of drug users in Houston.
Oh yeah.
What I've observed is this network, they only associate with themselves, right? They hang out with each other.
Yeah.
They party with each other. When they go to the club, they get fucked up together in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to let anybody else in that does not do drugs because they feel like they're going to be judged.
Or they don't want to let anyone else in that they do not know.
Yeah.
Right. Or they cannot trust.
Exactly.
Because it's still, at the end of the day, it's perception. These people have jobs. They have, places.
They have lives, and they have a persona that they have to keep up.
Right.
And this life, no one needs to know except those in my immediate circle.
Right.
But we see it.
Yeah, we see it. It's crystal clear.
Can't miss it. You can't miss it.
I walked in the restroom plenty of times and saw coke falling out somebody's nose. Or I saw a group of people, and I knew they weren't having a threesome. It was damn near 10 of them coming out of the bathroom stall. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Bayou.
Oh wow. Hey.
Excuse me. Mary's alibi.
That closed shop.
Yeah.
It closed down?
One of my friends that I can't disclose did send me a photo of the background.
Oh my gosh. Our special guest is here.
We have a special.
A
special guest.
Oh, is here. Check it out. Come check it out. No.
But I did receive a photo, and it appears that alibi is under construction. Now, what the nature of the scope of
the
that,
alibi is under construction.
It's under construction. Now, the scope of that construction, I don't know, guys. I don't know if they're trying to rebrand themselves for the rights, or what they're doing. I have no idea. But I do know that based off this photo that I'm looking at, it's under construction.
Does it look cute?
Under construction.
Oh.
Shout out to the individual that snuck over there and took the photo, though. I really appreciate that. And sending it to me.
I'm screaming.
Thanks.
Because I really need to know what's going on over there. So yeah.
Your seat here. The doll is here.
Yes! There she is! Come on in. Come on, Thickums.
Hey!
Come on, Thickums. Yes!
Indeed.
I missed the introductions, but I'm here, bitch.
Yeah.
So
We
guys,
did
I'm gonna have
intros?
to take a moment.
Okay.
I wish y'all didn't do intro.
We didn't do intros, so we was just gonna get started in
got
this.
it.
We're
Yeah.
trying to get started, bitch.
Yeah. Okay, so can we slide in a little bit to the left? Slide my chair a little bit.
Well, you're right. Well, right.
Thank you guys so much for joining. Jarvis, thank you for watching. James, Dr. Petty, Mike, too close. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, she's too loud.
Your titties in the way, Dr.
Oh.
Is that better? I put on my good shit
Thank you,
today.
James. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it.
May have to like
Appreciate
pull it like that.
Oh, pull it down a little bit. Okay, pull it down.
Can y'all
a
see
little
me
bit.
now?
Yeah, we can see you now. We can see you now.
Oh, if y'all want a T-shirt, $20.
$20.
Yeah, $20.
Okay.
$20.
You better promote.
Dr. Petty, boo. Dr. Petty.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Petty. Dr.
Self-promotion.
Petty's here, y'all. She's here.
Yeah.
I wish I had shit to promote. You can just send me money on Cash App.
That's a good promotion.
Okay.
Hey guys, I did want to tell y'all, I forgot to tell y'all about the liking and sharing. So check this out. So like the video, but also if we say something impactful, give us a heart. That would be great.
He just want to stand in front of me. That's all it is.
Yeah, like that.
No, I'm not trying to say
Sit
that.
your ass down.
Give us a heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time, you know what I'm saying, something you feel, give us a heart.
Okay, hacker.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
helps us out, man.
So just to get back on topic a little bit. So Jamil Moore had like some journal entries that really wore me out. Kind of talking about like how he felt and how he felt about himself dying. Like, do you know what it's like to read someone who is now dead have journal entries about them dying?
Yes. That's deep.
But then we had like, and I don't know the guy, so I won't say his name, but we had a guy this year, beautiful, beautiful guy, who left a note after, I don't know if he talked about his meth use and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know if he died from overdosing. The guy from Atlanta.
You're saying your mic is overpowering. Should we remove a mic, you think?
Oh, because I just talk loud. Maybe I just talk loud. I'm about to rub on Dr. Petty for a second. I'm pulling something from her. Yeah.
There.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, here we go.
No, but he left a note around Meth too.
I've never been fondled in public like that.
But it's surreal. It's completely surreal to be having like
to read
yeah.
what is now real. It's like
but if you have any of y'all ever used hard drugs?
no.
No.
Okay, so
honestly,
from experience, and I never used meth, but I did indulge in Tina in my early, not Tina.
Oh yeah, because meth is tea.
But that's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, sis.
I
was like, what she was doing?
Like coke was
Early,
my thing,
or
like
just
early
like
20s.
Okay.
And I got to that point where I was depressed, and I would write letters about my death, and I saw myself going down a path that was basically me dying. Like I actually saw myself overdosing on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And is that what brought you back?
No,
Or-
I have
okay.
a best friend named CJ, Travis Holmes. Shout out to CJ Revlon.
CJ.
That's my fucking friend. He came to my house one day. I had sold all of my things, and I was laying in the middle of the floor doing powder. And he told me, "Bitch, get up off the floor, gather what you have, put it in my car. You're coming to my house." And I stayed with him for like 6 months. I stopped doing it. Of course, he was watching me. I got another job because I had quit my job to do the shit.
Yeah.
My friend's boyfriend was the pusher, so I wasn't paying for it because she was fucking him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
She was getting it for you.
She was getting it for us. We were
Okay,
doing it
both
together.
Together.
Okay.
Yes. So with that being said, like you get to that point in your drug use that sometimes you get to the point where you can actually see yourself going through those things and going through the motions. And I was already depressed because I had lost my sister had got killed, my brother had got killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And both of their deaths were a year apart. So I was grieving.
You didn't get a chance to grieve one before another one.
Another one out, right? Yeah. And that was me attempting to numb my pain.
Yeah.
but I was overusing.
You was killing yourself.
And I was killing. I was 164 pounds.
But if the come down, because that's what I'm guessing is the worst part. If the come down is so difficult, at what time do you not want to go up? Like at what point do you not want to get high if the low is so fucking low?
Yeah.
And I'm not asking that to you. I'm just asking that to the people.
As a question,
because it's like so many people have all these talents and like they do all these things and they do all this work, but then I watch them miss so many opportunities simply because like they obviously coming down off their shit. And it's like this regular thing where they are always coming down off their shit. And I'm just like, if the high is if the low is so low, then why get high? But then I also think about like, bitch, I drink and I get a hangover.
Right.
And I get a hangover and I say, I'm never going to get a hangover again.
But I don't think, I don't think it's that, I don't think you're at the
agree that we all have something that
we're addicted to.
Well,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for
Hell,
sure.
mine is food, boo.
Yeah,
Let me
sure.
tell you, I mean, it's an addiction. We all have something that is a low key addiction, whether it's a high key or low key addiction. Mine is food. I like to cook. My fat ass likes to eat. And I'm gonna encourage anybody around me. Hey, baby, don't you want some of this here? Eat some more of this. Throw some gravy on that. I'm going to cook and I'm going to feed you, like for real. And my sense of when I go into my depression or my sadness or my low place, I'm not lying. I mean,
I'm being serious. When I was going through my shit, Danna cooked full fucking meals.
Listen, let me tell you something, baby. Tuesdays didn't mean shit because I was raised. My father was a chef, and I was raised. What the fuck are you waiting for Sunday meals for? Bitch, it's Tuesday. If you want it now, eat it now. Right. So if I want some fucking turkey and dressing, I'm finna fix some turkey and dressing. I'm finna pick some greens. I'm finna do whatever I want to do, and we gonna eat that shit. And then, you know what, bitch? I decided, I want a meatloaf. So we finna do a meatloaf and some pinto beans.
Meatloaf?
Yeah, we whole baby 3 whole loaves out here. So it's just a matter of whatever your thing is. You know, like you said, yours may be alcohol. My dad's was alcohol. Right. He was dealing with
alcohol.
He was dealing with a lot of stuff that was from his childhood that he had to deal with. And so for him to give the persona in public, because he was a very distinguished chef in Dallas, Texas. And he had to get his drink up. Yeah. Let me get my drink up so I can get out here and I can perform. And perform and give people and I can bow and and then he come home and he pissed and mad because he got to come down. Yeah. So I mean, it's just whatever it is. Some people's food, some people's drink, some it's coke, some is meth. It just depends on whatever it is that you do. Right. Attention.
And that's why it's important for us to acknowledge that the purpose of this conversation, this dialogue, is not to incriminate or make anyone feel
or demonize.
Well, we can incriminate Ed Buck. That we can.
Well, yeah, Ed Buck, because he's slaying the kids for sexual gain. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as if you're at home right now and you know that you use meth or you use coke or crack. Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever your addiction is, the purpose of this dialogue is for us to come up with constructive ways that perhaps you can continue to walk through your path of life or your journey. You know what I'm saying? Constructively. That's all. Yeah. Because, it's not, you know what I mean?
Because this is the thing. As black people, as people of color, we are haunted. Yeah. I want you to be real clear. And as a fluffy motherfucker, I'm saying this. That McDonald's on the corner is hunting you. Right?
It's right there. It's right there. You can see the artist from I was drove up and I was like, oh, McDonald's.
That fucking Frenchies that you love to eat.
Oh, she closed right now, baby.
No, she opened down.
Oh, that one down there.
It's hunting you.
I was like, she moving down the street. She moving.
She hunting you because what you eat, what you consume, what you do, who you're around, who you fucking. The HIV that they're putting into the communities. You know what I'm saying? Like the community violence we are being hunted, bitch.
One way or the other.
And so what we're just trying to say is, like, in the hunting, don't be a lure. You know? Don't be a lure for the hunter.
Or don't be lured in.
Yes.
Right. Don't be lured
You
in.
can't
Don't be lured in.
You can't
Because,
tell
yeah.
people not to be lured in though, because like I said, we all have our way to escape reality.
Mm-hmm.
I had an addiction to light skinned bitches with dreads.
Oh, girl, me too.
Still
Where the studs at, baby? Where the studs at?
Stay away from the bitches with
Yeah,
dreads.
crazy.
No. You gotta escape. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, there's a way.
Don't escape to a. Go ahead.
Wait, so do you have or have had an addiction to something?
Oh, I have an addiction to cigarettes, boots.
I have an addiction to cigarettes, and I also have
And sex?
subtle.
No. Well, I've been in sex therapy for 8 months, so
I have an
I can
addiction.
officially say I am. After the 6 months,
You're
I can
recovering.
say I am recovering. Sis.
Okay, so
Yeah.
What am I addicted to?
okay, my next question.
I don't know.
They got a whole key over here, y'all.
I don't know what's going on.
Anyway,
Talking about my addictions to
do
light skinned
y'all-
niggas.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Show me your addiction, girl.
What you mean?
What's your addiction?
I'm addicted to the Lord. Okay.
Oh my
I love.
He and me to go.
I love him.
Candy.
We all do.
I love him.
Who?
Is that
The Lord.
Is that the boy's
That's
name?
not.
Is his name Lord?
Nah.
Lord.
So my question is, and the reason why I asked that is, what did you do to either combat your addiction or attempt to recover? From it?
Ask why.
I stopped fucking light skinned niggas.
You stopped.
Huh?
Now you fucking
Girl, why you had to do a follow up? I said what I said. And you had to follow up with a question.
I think a really important piece that we don't do, and we talked about this in this retreat I just came from last week.
So mad.
We don't ask ourselves why.
Right.
You know, for whatever
Why
reason.
are we having this addiction?
No. Just in general.
Right.
Like, if I'm getting upset with somebody, I'm getting pissed. Instead of asking myself, like, why is this happening? I just allow myself to get pissed and then deal with the ramifications of it
I
after.
don't get
Like,
mad no more.
no, but I'm just saying in general, like, as black people, we don't stop and say, why is this happening? Right? Like, we don't, I can't say this, but I found out some ugly information last week about myself. And I wanted to completely go off, but I had to ask myself, like, why does this really matter? Does this really matter because some of these thoughts I feel about myself? Does it really matter because I really want people to like me, or I really want people to think that I'm cool, or think that I do good
wanna
work,
have this
or
persona.
forget my past or my personality? And when I began to think like that, I said, hold on. This really ain't got shit to do with what the people said, and everything to do with how I feel about myself.
Correct. And that's what I was just gonna tell you. Like, if I indeed did decide to acknowledge every single thing that pissed me off, I would be consistently angry.
Yeah.
I went through 2017. Fuck that. We gonna go back to 2010, all the way up until 2018, when a little person who is very wise, shout out to you, little person, told me, why the fuck do you give a fuck what anybody says about you? Why the fuck do you allow things that you have no control over to anger you? Why the fuck do you allow things to piss you off to the point where you want to go and hurt people? Why the fuck do you allow these things to fuel your flame?
Yeah.
The less you acknowledge it, the less it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
So that's how I dealt with my drug addictions. Like, I used to smoke weed too. I used to smoke weed, I popped pills, I took Xans, I took drink. Like, I was a real life.
You was lit.
I was like lit.
You was lit.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, I used my uppers when I needed to be up, and bitch, when it was time for me to be down, I smoked weed and sip drink.
Yeah.
So,
Well, somebody told me for college I need to give me some uppers, and I ain't gonna lie. I thought about that shit. I was like, damn.
I mean, Adderall does help you to focus. I ain't gonna lie.
It does.
But am I gonna use that now? No, I'm not gonna use Adderall. I'm just gonna have to sit my ass down. Like,
Just pass them this way. Because law school, I need
I can
that.
pull up to the
I
dope where I
can't.
get some Adderall.
I mean, I
probably
can
pull
get
up to the
Adderall.
college.
I can get Adderall because
Can I ask y'all this though? Because we talked about like it being like this hidden community of drug use. Like, I've been around people and they were legit talking third person when I've like been around them doing their dope, right? And I was a crack baby, right? So I come from like drug use and dope dealing and all that kind of stuff. So like I know what it looks like. And I'm around people, and I'm just like, me being sober plus alcohol, and or sober. Sometimes I'm sober around them because they can do it any day of the week, by the way.
And that's the thing. I can't indulge like that.
Yeah, but the issue, what I'm saying is like, if everybody sees it, and if it's normalized, right? Mm-hmm. Like I am the anomaly. I am the outcast. I can't be popular in that crowd because I don't do dope.
Right.
So like it's normalized with the popular people.
It is.
But we can't have a conversation about it.
No, it really is because I've actually been pushed out of crowds before or not allowed in crowds because I don't do drugs.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean,
it's unspoken.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
It's no longer unspoken, sis. It's no
for
longer.
For those of you who thought that I didn't know, yes, I knew. I knew that you were doing coke in the restroom.
Yeah,
I knew about it.
It's no
I've been
longer,
to
they don't go in the restroom.
No cap.
No, they don't. They do it
there.
right
At the
out
bar.
in public. Yeah.
At the bar.
Yeah.
They're pulling their bags out and getting high. Like,
Yeah.
Look on their arms, on their head. Yeah.
My friend Darius posted on Facebook the other day to the guy in the corner of Gucci doing a couple bumps. We see you.
Wow.
Like the people are just like pulling out the bag.
I think it's a coping strategy.
I
It's
mean,
like alcohol for me helps me cope with stress. It does.
I can't drink. If I'm stressed out, I can't drink. I might smoke my 10 packs of cigarettes.
I can drink.
Baby, if I'm stressed, I'm supposed to go in and fry me some chicken.
Make some food, okay? That's your addiction, though.
You hear me?
I'm stressed. Look, if I'm getting on jacked, I'm hopping and scrolling, looking for a nigga, okay?
I'm gonna make up some whip up these mashed potatoes. We're gonna put some.
When I was stressed, I can admit, when I was stressed, I was hypersexual.
Same.
So you fuck.
Yeah, like I fuck, and it's like stupid shit. Like the type of fucks where after you finish, you like,
get out of my house.
Ew.
this is disgusting.
Like,
you are disgusting.
Y'all throw us some hearts and share because I feel like this conversation is gonna really.
I don't feel like when I'm stressed out, I don't want no pussy. I don't want to lick on.
When I'm broke, I don't want to fuck.
Well, I don't
But
want
when I'm
pussy.
But see, broke
regardless,
equals
but-
stress,
Make me real
bitch.
depressed.
The fuck you mean?
Broke make me depressed.
Oh, listen, what?
So those two,
Baby, I'm gonna start crying and dipping chicken.
I just gonna be sad with you, bitch. Okay.
No, I fight and bind that broke spirit in the
Right
rain.
now.
Hey.
But outside of being broke.
Yeah.
Other
than that.
like stress to me is knowing I got a ticket.
right.
That's stress.
Oh, I don't give a
Oh, they
fuck
don't
about
stress
shit.
me out because I'm hood.
Right.
I ride right on.
Bitch, they
Right past the police. Nigga, I zoom past the police 9 miles an hour.
Stress to me is a payment arrangement. That is stress.
I don't have those anymore, God. Thank praise God, amen.
Amen and amen.
Turned around. He is an
And around.
omnipresent God.
And around.
Yeah.
And around.
So,
Lady in the midnight out. Hey.
Not claim it.
so,
I told you, I love God.
So other than that, outside of that, I think that everybody's dealing with something. I don't think that there's anyone unless you're rich and fucking famous. And they deal with a different
And they deal with a whole different
shit.
type of, yeah.
So they have their own things too.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I think that even if you are dealing with stress and you're coping, or you want to be a part of the popular crowd and you're doing drugs because your friends are doing
Oh,
them,
definitely don't do
or
that.
because you're being
Yes.
coerced to do them in order for people to use you for sexual toys.
Yeah.
I think that at some point you'll get to a point where you're just tired of the shit.
But then I can just think about two things, because we haven't even talked about the second death, which I want to come back to that, because that makes it real interesting to me.
Right.
But I can just imagine these girls out here, no shade, because I got some friends like this, I'm sure y'all got friends like this. By friends, I mean associates. By associates, I mean acquaintances. By acquaintances,
Oh, girl.
I mean
You
they
got
not
real
your friends.
specific.
But
Okay.
anyway, but I can imagine the girls when he was calling and being like, "Oh, bitch, I just hit another lick for the third time this day for $250, but this bitch is shooting me up on that T." I could imagine his girlfriends be like, "Get that money, bitch.
Get your money,
Get your money,
Yeah,
honey."
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Get your money,
Like,
get your money.
because it's so normalized to do drugs.
But-
No shade.
It is.
Them ain't your real fucking friends.
Exactly.
Oops.
But that's a
But they don't
concept.
know that.
As I was saying, most of the people that are close friends with them, they're all entwined and they're doing
No,
drugs
there's
together.
somebody that's telling them that they don't need to be doing the shit because once
But they're the minority though.
I don't give a fuck.
Because if I'm doing drugs, I'm gonna be hanging with bitches who
That do
drugs.
drugs.
too.
correct, I
Because I don't
agree
wanna
with
be
that because we
judged.
had coke parties.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
be judged. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
Coke
saying?
I've been
Really?
So it was one time when I was around a bunch of cokeheads. No shade, y'all. I love y'all. So I was around a bunch of cokeheads, but I stayed far out. I had the nicer place, and so we would have like the game night at my house.
Right.
So
right.
I was wondering why, like, even though I stayed in a nicer place, we could get louder. I stayed all the way in Cypress Wood.
Ooh, Chile.
Like, why y'all wouldn't come out there or whatever? And I just thought it was because I stayed far. Come to find out, they came to a game night. We having a good time, and like everybody knows my background, but like they start like putting out lines on the fucking table, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I just thought it was cool, you know, everybody in here, but you do this." And I was like, "No, do not do this in my house."
Right.
So they went to the restroom. Like I'm not
It's
supposed to.
still in the restroom. Is still in
The
my
house. The
house.
house.
So-
House.
Before now,
Any room.
Property.
now I don't know if I would necessarily do that. I don't know if that would be the way that I would do it now. But I will say that we never had a game night at my house no more.
I mean,
Right.
that's because they didn't want to hang with you because they weren't able to do their
They didn't
thing.
feel comfortable.
Yeah.
They didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you
But see,
because you
I-
co- you told them stop.
You put your foot
But
down.
I
Yeah.
hang with people who do coke currently, like, and I'm
In
okay
real
with in real life. They,
Yeah.
that's everybody has a drug of choice,
Right.
whether it be sex, whether it be money, whether it be
Yeah.
hustling, whether it be fucking, whether it's motherfucking plastic surgery, whatever
walking
your
in
drug
with
of choice is, nigga,
Damn.
A dark
that's your
black one.
motherfucking drug of choice.
Right. Right.
I'm
right.
not gonna lie, like I haven't picked up additional drugs. I'm not gonna say that it's per se drugs that I put in my nose or I smoke. You get what I'm saying? But I have addiction.
Yeah.
I just want
And,
to. I
like-
just really just want to issue a quick period. Like I just feel like what annoys me is not the fact that
Fuck
it's not the fact that
my brother is
individuals
from
do
Harvard
drugs.
tonight, okay?
It's
His
not.
customer
It's
service
not the
voice is
fact.
gone.
It's not the fact. Right. It's not the fact that individuals do drugs, but stop trying to hide the shit. The shit falling out
They
your
don't
nose.
hide.
You know, there's still some motherfuckers trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? You coming out,
It's a
you in,
persona.
the shit falling out your nose running like a motherfucker. Listen,
No,
just
hands.
tell me the truth.
You have no nasal.
Hold on,
taste.
for
I'm
a
not
second.
You have no nasal.
For a
taste.
second,
I'm not
a
gonna
little
judge you.
examination.
All of us have
Shay
cylinders in
ain't
our
got
nose.
no nose.
And then you call people out, they didn't get up. You can't even see up in my nose. But
I mean,
got
The girls say I do hard drugs, so
Right. They,
So
listen,
wait.
that's a whole nother subject. Let's go ahead and get into that.
the girls say I do hard drugs, or I make other girls do hard drugs.
So are you?
Are you making
Are you
girls?
participating?
I'm not. My thing is, if you're doing kind of like we talked about earlier, you can do the drugs around me.
Right.
You're grown up. I'm not gonna say yay or nay either way.
Right.
As long as it's not in my place of business or where I live or whatever, that's your business.
yeah.
I mean,
To me.
Is there any?
so, okay,
is there any
is
truth?
there any truth to the fact that you have been in settings where there have been sex parties with drugs and everybody was participating and these people were so motherfucking drunk, high, off their note that you were able to find sexual pleasure from it?
No, I've never been to a sex party.
You've been to a sex party, right?
Never been to a sex party.
Never ever.
No,
Not even like at your people's house.
never been to a sex party.
No people. No.
By party.
I've never been to
Yeah.
I've never been to like a sex party where it's been like
It wasn't
advertised,
labeled as a
publicized,
sex party.
but it wasn't one anyway. If it's 3 people, it's not a sex party.
So did you make it
That's
into a
still
sex
a
party?
sex party.
No,
Was it a trans?
Was
party?
it a three? It was a threesome.
it was a threesome.
Okay.
So no.
No.
No,
Still there.
y'all, shut this for a second. But listen, so this is always a question, right? This is always a question. Do you use people that have connections of power to get into sexual situations with people you want to fuck?
I've never used somebody else to have.
So you've always used.
Yeah, you know, good and damn well, I'm fine as shit. Okay, I ain't gotta use nan, nigga.
I want to try it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have never used anybody else to coerce anybody else to have sex.
Fine, though. So I don't see that. If he was straight and I was straight, I would totally be trying to rub my
And
What
they
you
say
taking
got
on me
meat
for?
child.
Child, we already that shit been sailed.
Me? Oh.
Dana likes to talk about me.
Huh? Let me clear my name first. We can circle back around to that.
Go ahead.
We can come back around to that. But
Make it quick though.
no, but I'm looking at the camera because I'm talking to y'all because y'all are the ones out there spreading the lies and the falsities. Yeah. I mean, just because I came for your favorite porn star last time I was on here does not mean that you can. But no, I have never. What? It was gonna come out at some point.
I mean,
I have never.
Doing it, girl.
No, I would never. I have never and would never use somebody of power, anybody in general, to force myself to have sex with somebody or force someone to have sex with me.
Can you issue the period a little bit further?
No.
Because
Okay, let me ask another question before we get to the period.
Okay.
So the question is, if a person, right? If a person is interested in younger boys, right? And you are connected to the person, right? Where y'all can sleep with the younger boy because you're beautiful. On the opposite way.
Okay.
And they bring the younger boy there. Are you being complicit if the person does more drugs in order for the older guy to be pleased?
Well, let me say this, because the younger boy, especially in the era of R. Kelly, sounds terrible.
Oh my God, R. Shelley.
Not R. Shelley.
Wait. No. I've never been with anyone younger in a sense to where they were impressionable or malleable. Everyone I've had sexual encounter with has been in the same mind space or the same. Is that Deuce?
It is. Would you like some?
Yeah, it's just
Okay, just bring. Hey. Okay, so let's add. Hey Jay. Okay. Well, that's it. That was it. Oh, okay, the backside. Okay. Do say.
You're ready.
So no, but like my thing is, I have never been in a situation where it's coming off. Where I've had to use like someone else or drugs or whatever to do anything sexual. It was coming off. I
we need it.
I wonder, can y'all?
No, we need it.
How's the sound?
Go ahead. I'm
Okay,
here for
because that's the only one we have.
I'm here for you. Go ahead, Dora. Auntie Petty's
It's like
here
a
for
press
you.
conference.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
no, I mean, like I said, younger boys never been my thing. I don't like people younger than me anyway, because I like niggas.
But it's within reason though.
Okay.
I can't fuck with old hoes in satin suits.
Okay.
Am I an old hoe?
I said,
What is old hoe?
What exactly is an old
Somebody
hoe?
on the live got on a satin suit and I just feel away.
Yeah.
I mean,
At 8
we
o'clock
all
at-
know that if once you reach a certain age,
So,
motherfuckers can't.
so what we're talking about, I know it probably seems a bit convoluted.
Or
so there's
off censor.
yeah. So this conversation that we're having. Oh, you ain't got to put that towards my way because they're gonna say it's too loud.
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm an old hoe.
No, but the conversation is about like in our community. So many times, ABOX situations potentially happen over and over and over,
And have never
but they're
been
not-
addressed.
and they've never been addressed because a white man didn't do it to us. Now, I completely agree that there are some white people, and white people as a structure are hunting black queer people, black people in general. But there are also some sects, as we're talking about this community that's like quiet and only
sect.
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 SECTS.
I was like, I know
Come
that.
on,
but that
come
didn't
on,
sound
come on.
right.
Get your vocabulary
There's some
back
sects
today.
of our community that have like these parties and introduce some sexual proclivities, some sexual acts, and another level of drug use, right, to impressionable people. For instance, there was this one guy I dated who argued me down about like his drug use and really thought like it made sense for him at 19, not even able to buy alcohol, to be able to like shoot up drugs as somebody that was dating me. No, bitch, you can't do that, right? But this was made normal by going around older people
right.
having these sexual relationships with these
Right.
older people who did these type of drugs. And so now we're upset with Ed Buck because Ed Buck's argument, his simple argument, is that these people came over either high or choosing to get high.
Already.
Right? He doesn't shoot up. He shoots them up because they want to get high.
So he's giving them a sense
What-
of
what they
pleasure.
want.
They're asking
what they
for.
want.
He's
And-
putting
and
the
so
fault-
my
he's putting the
argument
fault
is,
on
I
them.
want involuntary manslaughter for Ed Buck at the least.
At the least.
At the
Yeah.
least.
But
Someone
my
said gay guys need to get a husband and sit down. Ed Buck didn't make those guys take drugs. I am going to disagree because I sat and
Who
I
said
watched
it?
the young man, the second guy who
Oh,
was
that's
supposed to have
No.
been dead in his home. He was supposed to die, but he didn't die.
yeah.
God stepped in. Praise God.
He
again.
condemnable.
Okay. So I watched his video and the passion
Yeah.
that came through every
Yeah.
single word that he spoke
Yeah.
was a passion that I understood because the way that I started doing coke was from a bitch that wanted to fuck me. And she was 12 years my senior.
Yeah.
I was 23. She was 36.
36.
She was 35 or 36. She was getting ready to turn 36. I was turned on to powder because she thought if she got me high enough off powder
She'll do it.
that
do
I
whatever
would
she
fuck
want.
her.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So at 23, 24, you're just like, oh, I just want to be around the people with the money. I was trying to be the drug man wife.
For the record, the gentleman's name is Jermaine Gagnon.
Yeah.
He is alleging that
Yeah.
he was drugged. He was introduced to a point.
Yeah, which is
basically
basically
methamphetamine
injected
into your arm
intravenously.
right here.
Yeah.
right,
And
intravenously.
he said that he also had a Gatorade that apparently had
Like a IV.
Had GHB in
a
it.
substance in
Right.
it, right?
So what
And
is
then-
GHB? Shay was lacing me up on.
Wow.
No pun intended.
Really? Right.
Shay was
The girl
lacing
say
me
I'm a
up-
pusher now. Okay.
Push, push.
Damn.
Shay was lacing me up on what GHB is. What is
Well,
GHB?
I wasn't. I just know. Well, I was about to say I've taken it. I'm not gonna say that on camera.
Oh, but you kind of did.
But I haven't. But I haven't. But legally I haven't. I also did, but also I haven't. I've seen it done before.
Okay.
We'll say
So just
that.
describe it because I
Well, it just
enlightened me.
from what I have seen, it just loosens you up. So it's sort of like it's like taking THC but in like a liquid shot.
Good
Just
for
from
like-
what I
good for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sex, I guess.
and yeah, it's that, and it's also it kind of gives you a lot of not kind of it gives you a lot of energy. So your stamina
Yeah.
has increased.
So basically the kids is riding dick. When
Yeah.
So even if it
Well,
wasn't-
if that's their
Right.
position
Or-
or
are we
giving.
clear that Ed Buck is doing this to these guys so that he can fuck them?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's doing it. I mean,
sexual gratification.
that as well, but I think also it's a power thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
because
rape. It's
he's
like rape, right?
well,
Right.
yeah, but it's a power thing in that he's finding these young black men who are easily influenced, easily susceptible to whatever he wants. We sliding over.
Maybe not so
Yeah.
much as the fact that they're easily influenced. Maybe more so the fact that because based on what I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, but based on what I've seen, it's more so that they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah.
Okay, so they're more so
He's looking for
vulnerable.
more
than what
vulnerable.
have
Want to
you.
be
And so
financially independent. He's
Giving
they're
them.
going through a struggle at this particular standpoint, or there's something that they see that he can provide because of who he is, what he has been able to do.
He's a triad,
And
yeah,
so
that-
now let me go over here and talk to him. Oh, okay, well, it can't be that bad
if everyone else is
Right.
doing
if
it.
everybody else is doing it.
Right.
I
And
heard
then
so-and-so
Keisha got
go-
her 250, so I might as well go get mine.
But then now Timothy Dean,
Hold on to it.
Yes, Timothy
right?
Dean.
Timothy Dean has been dragged out his motherfucking house.
Now,
So what's interesting before we get into Timothy Dean?
yeah.
Can I also add? Did y'all know that he's now targeting Black Lives Matters
Yes.
Who?
Well,
members?
I would assume
Ed Buck.
I would assume at this point Ed Buck is trying to assemble the best defense he possibly can.
Oh, definitely.
So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I mean, and all of the politicians that are connected to him are now all of a sudden giving
Hillary
the
Clinton.
money.
They give the money back.
Well, they've been giving money back since I think the first death.
Yeah.
So it wasn't implicated or from the second one.
It's now more publicity.
But
Yeah,
the second one makes it that much more interesting. Not that he's older, right?
64 years old at this point.
Not that Timothy Dean is older. He's like 55,
Oh,
He
right?
was 55 when he passed.
But he was also a porn star
Right.
named
I
Hole
saw that.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Hole Hunter.
But-
Hole Hunter was really serious.
But now, according to his friends, they allege in the Los
He's
Angeles
never
Times that they
He never did
they
drugs.
stated that he had not done drugs recently.
Right. So
And
that was
also, it
that
had been
was
years since he did porn.
allegedly. It was years since he did porn. It was 3 to 4 years since he had done porn when all of this happened. And then also he was off drugs because he was trying to be legitimate
Clear
in
his life up. Yeah.
And worked at Saks.
Right.
Right.
So I want
to
to issue a period.
So-
It's plenty of people that I know that do
Work at
drugs
Saks?
that
Oh.
none of their friends know. In fact, there are people that I know, friends, associates, that
None
do
of my
drugs,
close friends
and
do
they
drugs
think
no
that
more.
I don't know.
Besides CJ.
So with that being said, I honestly, I would love to believe his friends when they say that he's not currently doing
Yeah.
drugs. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
throw salt on his name, being that he's deceased, but I am saying this. People tell you what they want you to know, and the
Yeah.
motherfuckers who think that I don't know, I know, bitch.
Oh.
But see, I mean, my thing is,
know. What was
I don't give a fuck what you do in your personal life.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
right.
certain his friends have their own lives. I don't tell my friends everything that I motherfucking do, just like I don't expect my friends to tell me everything that they do. My whole thing about it is, if I'm fucking and sucking and licking and drugging, that's my motherfucking personal business. So, bitch, I'm not telling you every fucking thing that I do. No shade, all tea.
All tea.
I do everything that I
Okay.
fucking want to in my personal life. So y'all can't tell me that this motherfucking man was on drugs and wasn't fucking. His motherfucking tag, whatever name.
Well, they said he had
was fucking Hole
his
Hunter.
straight roommate allegedly stated that he wasn't even prostituting anymore. He wasn't doing
He was
anything.
doing whatever the fuck he
Yeah.
wanted to do.
He was
I don't
doing
give a
what he
fuck
wanted
who
to
the
The
fuck
roommate
you want to say.
doesn't know
Your
everything.
roommate won't
Yeah,
know
because
either.
I have roommates.
If I sneak a bitch in my motherfucking house and I want to fuck on that hoe and I got a roommate and I done had plenty of roommates. Me and my best friend was roommates for motherfucking years. I had a whole girlfriend. I was fucking on another bitch. My girlfriend was at work. My best friend was in his motherfucking room fucking on his boyfriend or boo or whatever.
Or
fuck
whatever
you
he
wanna call it.
was.
Snuck the bitch in the house, got some motherfucking neck, sent that hoe about her motherfucking business, and we lived in a 3-bedroom house. So what I'm saying to you is, everybody don't know your motherfucking business. The man probably was doing drugs. That's not my concern. I
That
don't
was
give a
being
fuck whether
functional.
he was doing drugs.
Yeah, and my only
My whole
point is there are a lot of
concern-
people that are doing drugs and no
one knows.
Their friends don't know.
My thing
Functional.
is, how in the fuck does not one person, but
Two.
two people, or one, the second person didn't die, but 3 people end up in your fucking house dead because you served them points and you're not like under
And
fucking
you're not
investigation.
fucked up at all.
And you're not fucked up at all. You're still donating money to this day. You're getting money from politicians, but he's still pouring money into charitable organizations.
Yeah.
And he's still pouring money and donating money and doing this.
After-
doing
And these
that.
organizations are
Doing
not
And
gonna
after
stop
I did
taking
some
money.
research, I found that some of the organizations were directly associated with the prosecutor's department.
Right.
Here's the
Wow.
thing.
And he's also pouring into
Hence.
LGBTQIA
Yes.
organizations because I guess he's trying to get the backing of them because he wants people to say that he actually.
It's no way he would do
He,
that.
do this,
exactly,
yeah.
because he loves the community.
That's actually smart.
That's bullshit.
That's a smart
I
strategy.
mean, that's smart strategy.
Well, he's a politician.
This sound like scandal.
Failed politician.
He's not
Olivia
running,
Pope.
but he is.
He's never
he
been
has
elected,
paid.
but
yeah.
he's tried. He's attempted.
So what's y'all final words on this? Because this bitch is pissing me
My
off.
final period.
Oh,
Who want to go first?
I want to go last.
We
Come on.
ended. We done.
Yeah, bitch, it's 9 o'clock,
Because I
bitch.
still want to talk about it, but
Well,
let's talk about it.
well, maybe
I'll go
if you
first.
were on time, you would have had the time to talk about it.
Now, my hair's stiff, so don't do that. She a little stiff. Next week I'll have a new look. 26.
All right.
26 is 24.
Oh, give us a number, sis.
Thank you. Whatever you do in your personal life, that's your business. If you are on drugs, seek help. If your friends don't give a fuck about you, go to God.
Seek new friends.
If God is not giving you the answer, call Jesus.
Hey.
If Jesus and Jesus Jr. don't answer, then bitch, you need to motherfucking get in therapy.
Hey.
That drug shit is no joke. At 36 years old, I can say that I am now 12 years clean of motherfucking coke. I will never do that shit again. I ain't gonna be able to do it because, bitch, I got asthma and it was fucking up my asthma. You know what? But
I had asthma.
I have asthma.
No, I got you.
It was fucking me up. But long story short,
Yeah.
if you have issues, seek help.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in a situation where you feel like there's no one that you can talk to, there are hotlines
There are.
that are confidential.
Mhm.
They're free.
Right.
They're paid for by the state of Texas. I'm certain whatever state you're in, they also have that same help. Yeah. Contact those people, get help. If you're in a situation where a motherfucker is trying to get you high and give you a coin
That's it.
and fuck you, bitch, you need to abort the mission immediately, okay? We do not need any additional situations like Mr. Buck.
Right. We really don't. I really don't want to see nobody else dead. So, shit, damn. Let me issue my period. So, there have been 5 individuals I've reached out to concerning this topic. Unfortunately, to no avail, I have not received a response back. I believe, and that I have, not circumstantial, but concrete evidence, is because you guys are associated with drugs. My thing was, I wasn't judging you. I just wanted to get
My brother is
an
on this
additional
horrible shit.
perspective from a personal standpoint on the use of drugs. But I guess you didn't feel comfortable coming on a platform because you didn't want people to know that you use drugs. But it's okay. We have the hotline numbers. Boom. Down.
Get his ass.
Down.
Get him.
So,
Oh my God.
I'm going to go ahead and pay it. And you know me, I'm going to speak the truth.
Shay's
I'm going to speak the
Shay's
truth.
face.
I'm going to put that period on every single sentence. And I'm going to say this, and I'll say it to your face. If you need assistance, let me know. I'm not judgmental.
He gonna bring his
I'm not
voice
trying
too.
to, come or sin. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want you to know I'm not stupid, and I know.
Stop telling
And
the
it's
fucking people
okay.
you know, bro.
It's okay. It's okay.
Corell
Period.
hotline,
Period.
1-800 Corell.
So
1-800
you know what
Corell.
I'm saying, like I said, bro, we for the people. I ain't trying to sin for nobody, bro. I know it may in the past may have seemed like I tried to sin for some people, but that's not my goal. My goal is to help people to bring
wanna
the
do your
community
community
together.
service.
Yeah, you feel me? Like help bring the community together, unite, and
Wow, he was still.
From Daniel J. Downer, Jason Zoo has a great initiative. Take Down Tina. That spreads awareness about crystal meth use within body gay and
I was coming, Daniel. I was coming, girl.
Boom, there it is. Contact Daniel for additional information, and then
Jason
Ian
Zoo,
also has the information.
Can we take a brief moment to celebrate Daniel? You're amazing, bro.
He is an amazing
You
guy.
are amazing, bro. Like,
And he supports
always on
anything
point,
we do.
man.
Boom.
Always on
It's
point.
It's my little brother.
Yes,
my big
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. Indeed. So,
Were you
who
done?
else?
And
No, that's it.
Because you was over here reading. You was reading the girl. I wanted to make sure you were
I
done.
wasn't throwing shade, but I have to make it clear, crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
Don't think I didn't know.
Oh, get that baby
Just because I didn't say it
Calm down.
on the phone or with text does not mean that I don't know.
It's okay for you to know.
Period.
Okay.
Point blank. Go ahead.
I feel like you had like a little bit more left in
No,
there, but it's okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
He got a comma for himself
Yeah.
with a period for everyone else.
Gotcha. Just for me, this was a great conversation. I'm glad I was invited and allowed to speak and, give my truth and, clear my name up of some things. But I did.
You always clean
Your name.
And listen, the thing is, this time I'm actually happy because like I didn't come for anybody this time.
You didn't send for nobody.
I didn't come for
You
nobody.
didn't send for nobody.
Shay always get in trouble because Miss Thing is who shall not be shady. Miss Thing is shady boots.
I'm not.
Girl, you shady. You a shady queen.
I text Shay last
Precious,
week.
precious.
Shay just texted me back today.
You had that look.
That was
thing.
Well, I'm light skinned, so it's part of my
Oh, you know, he purposely will look at the message and won't respond.
How do you know?
Dude, you think I'm stupid? Plus, my technology tells me.
LOL.
So, you got your shit set to not deliver.
But like I said, I was really good this episode. I didn't come or send for anybody. I definitely could have, cause
You know some things.
Well, there's definitely some people sending for you, but I don't think you should.
they tried. You can call both offices, sweetheart, but you still do what you do for a living.
Oh my god. Every fucking time.
And also,
Every fucking time.
let's go. Those T-shirts are cute, but that's not your design. So
Every fucking time. Every
All right,
time.
Dr. Petty. I think you just took your petty. Dr. Petty.
I need some
He's a
dishes.
nurse. He's a nurse. Yes. Okay. So,
Where you go?
away. I'm fucking away. Okay, I forgot what
I threw you off, sis.
Yes, you threw me off already. Okay, so, you know, what Kim has said, I'm going to back up what Kim said. You know, everybody has their own form of addiction. Drugs, alcohol, food, like my fat ass.
Plastic surgery.
Whatever, okay? There's help out there for everyone.
I got 2 more tables.
And the problem is the fact that 9 times out of 10, the addictions that you have is some type of underlying issue.
I do. Make sure I look
And
cute.
the underlying issue probably has something to do that happened that hurt you, that you don't want to feel that hurt, that you want to be numb. Okay, seek help for that, and more than likely, whatever other addictions that you're dealing with. Because baby, I got this weight strain on right now. Trust me, I'm seeking help through this weight strain. Okay. I didn't fry no chicken today, so you know there's hope for
You
me.
making some of the viewers. He said he hungry now.
See, all right, who is it?
You don't even know that man.
Okay,
Danna
anyway.
was trying to invite you over for a plate.
Okay, my addiction.
Let me see what he look like. Hold on. Keep talking. Keep
Okay.
talking. Keep talking.
So anyway, you
How I do
know,
that?
seek help for your underlying issue, because your underlying issue has caused your addiction that you're experiencing now. No one, I'm not. I know people that are on drugs. I know people who are alcoholics. I come from an alcoholic home. I come from a home of abuse. I've been abused. And it's 9 times out of 10, it's because of the fact that something that they have going on with themselves. Seek help. Not just for that other person, but for you. Because of the fact that you're dealing with a whole lot of shit, and it's going to eat you up inside. Deal with it accordingly, okay? This whole buck shit that's going on, buck needs to be bucked. And I'm talking about I'm talking about shotgun buck. No, baby. I'm talking about shotgun buck. Yes. Anybody that knows me knows I love a good gun, but I love a good gun.
Ooh, child.
Yes, auntie, yes. But anyway, besides all that, yeah, that's all I have. I mean, thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it completely.
Josh Griffin is cute.
T-shirt, $20, catch.
Yeah.
That's your design, right?
And
That's your design.
And I just want to quickly say, just to close this all up, substance use and substance abuse is 2 very different things, but they are very, very much a gray area, right? And so if you are using a substance that is taking control of you, meaning if you are using it outside of anything that is normal to you, then that is probably abuse. Definitely seek help. If you're here in Houston, we have UT Hearts.
They're commenting, yeah.
Yeah, they are a free service. Jason Zhu, as Daniel Downer, look at his comments below, has some information. We do understand that you guys are probably not going to watch this live on purpose, because this is a topic that you may feel intimidated about. But we do know that you will come back later and watch it. And so we want to give you hope. We want to let you know that we are not siding with Ed Buck. He is a predator, and that we believe that you can be free of whatever you want to be free from. And if you don't want to be free, that you can live and not die because of whatever substance you use.
That'll preach.
So
kind of.
anyway, with that being said,
Fuck
y'all, fuck dope. Y'all have a great night. We thank you for tuning in.
Bye,
And for
love.
anybody else that just tuned in, like us on
And then we
Facebook,
talking about
Dick in
drugs
a Box
and bitch.
podcast. Huh?
We talking about drugs and this bitch.
Go look on the
Good night, y'all.
Bye, baby.
Mwah.